I'm here on the Ashland stand with Darcy Colkin. Be great to know about your new products and what's going on here at your presence at the show.
Sure, great. Well, thank you for the opportunity. We're very excited to be here at Labelexpo. We've got a line of new products that we think are going to be very well received by the industry and very helpful to the industry. One of the trends we've seen is how narrow web label converters are moving into flexible packaging applications. And we think the narrow web label industry is very well positioned for this, particularly with respect to digital printing. Those are two trends that are really married together. Because as runs are decreasing within flexible packaging, digital printing is a way to go, and the narrow web label converters are very familiar with digital print and have been a leader in this industry. So we see this as an ideal opportunity. So some of our new products are dedicated to supporting that. We've introduced 3 new laminating adhesives that can be used on digitally printed material.
So, are there any, as you mentioned there, the opportunity for the narrow web market with flexible packaging? From your perspective as a company and supplier, what are some of the key challenges that they face that they may not understand or recognise from traditional label printing and converting?
Yes, we definitely do. So, as mentioned, the label industry is very familiar with digital printing, but, along with flexible packaging, there comes a lot more emphasis on regulatory compliance and food safety. And so it's just a different area. And so this is an area where we think, we believe we've developed the products that will be helpful, but also we have support staff and expertise available to the industry. So for these new products that we've developed, they've all been rigorously tested. So for the performance perspective and, do they meet all the performance requirements, but we've also done a series of significant testing on the food safety aspect. And so we've done some migration testing to make sure that all those materials are fit for their appropriate use. We maintain a toxicologist and regulatory compliance manager on our staff to consult for customers to help guide them through the regulatory maze.
As you said, there's a lot of background that goes into this, and it's more of an ecosystem, I think it's safe to say, and you work with partners, both converters and other suppliers. I mean, perhaps you could just tell us a little bit more about that kind of relationship and how the ecosystem develops and evolves to kind of facilitate the move into flexible packaging.
Sure. Well, we've worked very closely with some of the, with respect to some of the new digitally printed materials that are going to be used for flexible packaging. We've worked very closely on the front end with some of the ink and equipment suppliers, like an HP or a Mark Andy. We've also worked, and in collaboration with our customers as they're evaluating this. We've evaluated our products on these pieces of equipment, and then also on the finishing side, for example, for a Nord Mechanic or an ABG as they're finishing those materials.
So it's a very it's a complex process, but possibly not one to be frightened of for a narrow web converter who may not understand the issues and differences between a multi-layer barrier film and a label, for instance, from secondary packaging and primary packaging, and the difference within that technologies. So I'm sure your new products are going down well at the show.
Yes, we've received a lot of interest in them, and and again, just want to emphasize, we're happy to help the industry walk through that. So we've taken those final products, we've used materials that have been printed on the digital presses, then laminated with our adhesives and made into pouches or other packages, and then we're able to then on site in our facility do that migration testing, and then have our toxicologists analyze the results and share that information with customers and the industry.
Okay, well, I'd like to thank Darcy for joining us and running us through the technologies here on the Ashland stand at Labelexpo Americas 2014. Thank you, Darcy.